Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm so very pleased to be doing this from the comfort of my own home without Trevor's influence of alcohol. Welcome to another exciting episode of You've Already Peaked Gaming Podcast featuring your hosts, Locar, Mr. 101, and me, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305.
No. What's up, man? Look at us back in it. Oh, I thought you were going to do the...
No.
Let's ride.
No.
Okay. This is
a sentence that will echo into eternity into my fucking brain is, hey, where do you keep the absinthe? You're a fucking problem.
Okay, I did say it as a joke, and he was like, "Oh, it's on the next aisle." It's like, no, we're not doing that. You then went to the aisle.
You said it. And you knew exactly what was going to happen once you said it.
I didn't. We can't joke anymore. Is that what's happening? Are we at a point in our life where we can't joke?
You knew better. You knew exactly what you were fucking doing.
I knew better. Okay.
You knew better. You saying that threw down a challenge.
It wasn't even a challenge. I was making a joke to the guy who was like, "No cacti."
If you're
no
not
cacti.
A pussy, that's what you said.
The guy said no cacti. I was like, okay, where's the absinthe?
Let's talk shit about the no cacti because that was fucking amazing.
It was amazing.
That might be my new favorite tequila.
I swear to God, Painted Donkey,
$29 a bottle.
Holy shit! So for the catch up is we proceeded after the 100th episode, which
why?
Because it's just one of those days, man.
It's all off.
Bro, everything we do is fucking terrible. Why do we have a podcast? Come back to me.
This is 101. This is how it starts.
Oh my God.
And now we'll go on. Find me. Find me.
I'm done with technology, bro. We're from here on out, we're doing fucking audio podcasts.
Enable auto tracking. Why aren't you enable single tap tracking?
This is the epitome of what 100 was. This is what 101 will be. This is what 102 will be. It's just going to be a nightmare from here on out. Better? Oh.
Are you gonna? But
don't move. Just be a fucking statue. So, have you actually got to the recovery point yet?
Right now, maybe.
Yeah.
It's right Tuesday. Now, maybe.
It's Tuesday.
What I need you to understand is, oh God, there's so much to unpack. I didn't black out. Wish I would have.
Impressive.
Probably would have been in bed a lot sooner.
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't drink heavily anymore by any stretch of the imagination. I rarely have alcohol even. I drank very heavily, and I drank very heavily, very, very quickly. And in doing so, that was the first time that I've hit like the blackout point in, I can't tell you how many years. I just remember at one point I was singing Rock Band. I think I was cupping Cliff's balls in the bedroom here.
That tracks.
And then I woke up the next morning naked.
Yeah.
And then I proceeded to have the worst hangover of my life.
Okay. every time I drink at your place,
Yeah.
I die.
Yeah.
I find like the new definition of death.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I'm usually on the road by like noon.
Yeah.
I left your place at like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
I have no
Like,
concept
I mean,
of
like,
time.
I woke up and I was like, just like head splitting down the middle. Like, oh, fuck. Like, got up, went out, and just like looked around and went, mm-mm. Not even for water. Mm-mm. Just went back to bed. Got up maybe like an hour later. Mostly the same thing. I don't know where Cliff was. He was there apparently, but I looked around. I was like, "Huh, Cliff's gone." Grabbed the water, went back. Usually, you have like ibuprofen, like on that little like counter.
Yeah.
So I was like, but like I had like a fucking like a radiation timer, like being outside away from that bed was like slowly killing me. So like my timer was running out. I was like, I'm just going back. Drank 2 bottles of water. Sat there. I think I was listening to Joe Rogan and Bobby Lee have a podcast, but I have no clue what they said. I watched the entire thing apparently. And then like once that was over, I was like, gotta find that ibuprofen. And I just remember like Audrey grabbing it from like the hall cabinet one time. And I was like, light bulb. So get up, fucking zombie my way, grab 2 more bottles of water, find the ibuprofen, take like 10 ibuprofen with me, eat 5, chug 2 more bottles of water, and then fall asleep to Bobby Lee's voice. Wake up again. And this time I'm like, I put the pizza away last night. Pizza's in the fridge. So I get up and I'm like Wolf of Wall Street, fucking full like lemon, just like barely making it. Pull the pizza out. And as I pull the pizza out, I see Pedialyte. And I was like, oh God. Oh God. I immediately I grab a piece of pizza, and then next thing you know, just, hey, what are you doing? Like Cliff's right behind me. I'm like, oh, fuck. And he's like, you have pizza or something? I was like, yeah, you want some pizza? He grabs the box from me, puts it, tries to open, and that box was so fucking big. He was trying to open it, but a cabinet keeps fucking blocking it. He just like rattles it around, opens it, grabs for the piece of pizza, and like I went to go grab a glass for the Pedialyte. He immediately sees the Pedialyte, drops the pizza box, grabs it, starts gnawing the label off, gets it off, pops the top flies like behind him, does this, punches the top of it, and like, oh, Pedialyte. He's like, he is fucking feral. He is the lowest, like Homo sapien, just this monkey brained. And like I'm like, all right, so I grab another glass, I offer, and like you see him like look at the glass and look at the thing like I wasn't gonna share. I want to be like, motherfucker, I pulled that off the fridge. It's not even mine. Like we're splitting this at least. So he kind of like looks at it. He's like,
oh Jesus Christ.
Pours some, sets the Pedialyte down, and then like fuck the pizza, 2-handing a Coca-Cola glass. Gets about halfway through, looks, pizza registered in his mind again, fucking full attacks. Oh, I mean, like shoves a whole fucking piece in, and the sounds. He probably wasn't even chewing that bad, but like the sounds of chewing when I'm that hungover, I'm like, I grab a breadstick, equally shove it in my mouth, just deep throat that thing, and then grab my Pedialyte and go back to the room. Died for another 4 hours.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it's like it's gonna be dark by the time I get back. Like I need to go.
Yeah. It was. I woke up in the morning and was like, oh, I'm still sufficiently drunk. Whatever happened, I don't know what time I went down. Like I it was like 2 a.m. at most. Like I wasn't up that late. And then I was like, man, my head is fucking pounding. Like I don't feel good. I slammed like a bottle of water. I think I ordered McDonald's. I was like, I need fucking something greasy. I got chicken McNuggets and like 2 fucking McDoubles. And I was like, I'm gonna munch on this and I'll be enough to just kind of like get me back to like just a bare bones basic. I had 1 chicken nugget. Not even a full chicken nugget. It went and like put everything down and then just laid in bed for like 3 hours trying not to vomit. Well, my head was just literally just splitting in half. And that's the sickest I have been in since we were kids. Like I was just like, I'm violently ill. I'm going to vomit everywhere. And I didn't, but I just sat there trying to exist all day. And it was just fucking absolutely awful. And I don't know, we can blame the absinthe because I mean, it's probably the absinthe, but it's like also like the combination of like all the tequila, the fucking pizza, the sugar from the absinthe. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was just a combination of.
I guarantee you the sugar from the absinthe didn't help, but it also didn't help that absinthe's 110 proof.
And we're drinking it.
And we're significantly kicking it up a notch. We just like kept like, that's not how you do it. Well, show me how you do it then. You make one, fucking stir it. Ooh, see? Oh, well, watch how I do it. Look at the difference in the dissolving of the sugar. Like we're some kind of fucking absinthe snobs.
We were chemists that night.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a bad choice. That was I mean, as many bad choices as we have had over the years, that was a very bad choice.
That's near top of the list.
I don't know. God, no. Not near top of the list.
Name
I
one.
would, but we don't necessarily need to put that on the internet. we've had a few bad decisions.
Yeah. Well, okay. In recent times.
No, God, no. I can't think of anything in recent time. Not since like the pandemic, right? Not since Mexico.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh.
You know what I mean?
Look. Yeah.
We've made a lot of bad choices. That was definitely a bad one.
2 more points. While driving up Sunday, I get a text message that says, everyone is sick or have COVID. You're the only one that can work.
Fuck,
we need you tomorrow. I was like, no.
Sorry.
I was like, no, I won't be back till at least Monday afternoon.
I'm out of town.
So everything from that point on has just been piling up, waiting for me to come in today, a day early.
Yeah. Yeah, because I thought you were supposed to be off today too, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I got fucking hammered, and it's gonna be me for the next 10 days straight. Ugh. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Point number 2. Earlier when we were out getting alcohol, you said, Brad, do you want a coffee or something?
Yeah.
I said, sure. You got back in my car with coffee and 2 beef jerky sticks.
I did.
That's the only thing that fed me on the way home. I was like, you're disgusting. Don't you eat it? But like, I was like, you need something in your body. And I just sat there on I-5 every like 15 minutes. I just take a little bite. Like, that's gross. But then I'd swallow back. It's not bad though.
Yes.
I had that one long beef fucking stick and 4 water bottles. And I just autopiloted home.
God, I wish I had that beef stick.
I wanted to send you a picture. I was like, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna send a picture. You left this piece of shit in my car. I didn't even make it off 50 before I had already opened it.
Oh man,
it was speaking like the black speech from the fucking Lord of the Rings, like fucking swirling around it. Oh
man,
I was so disgusted with myself, and my burps later sucked.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You thought it was amazing.
Oh, that's what I'm telling you. Just you didn't need one. You don't need anything more than one. It does the deed.
Oh.
I will say that was a very successful night. I mean, yeah, we had a lot of fun for the most part. I was a little stressed out.
We always do, I think.
Yeah, I think too. Yeah, I was a little stressed out the entire day. I was stressed out trying to get 101 or 100 running. I was stressed out trying to get everything set up, and then fucking we had nothing but the beginning part of that with technical issues, and it was just like it just derailed. I think that's what happened. I just put myself in a funk, and then when we left, I was trying to unfunk myself, and I think
we were good until we couldn't get like the fucking. As soon as Nightbot wasn't working, it was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
The Austin Powers started doing the fucking turns inside my head. Like, nothing was fucking connecting. No synapses.
I haven't even gone back to rewatch it. Like I normally rewatch all of our podcasts.
Not gonna.
I was like,
don't care.
I'm gonna.
My mom texted me the next day and said that was hilarious. That's all I need.
Yeah,
that's all I need.
Mom coming in for the win.
Pat coming in for the win.
Yeah, God. I love
Pat
that
immediately texted me the next day. That was a lot of fun. Where's my mouse pad for my nutsack?
I mean, we got it working in the end. It was successful towards the end of it. So,
yeah, I just think I think that hiccup derailed what the rest of it could have been.
I definitely think so. I think whatever grandeur we had in mind was completely offset.
Grandire's a stretch.
Buddy, I was hoping we would do better than that.
Whatever Taco Bell playground we had in mind.
God, did Taco Bell have playgrounds?
No, I think it was just like called the parking lot. McDonald's, they all had like the play thing. Taco Bell was just like a parking lot. It was like, go play.
It was the two like really shitty fucking tables with benches that no one ever sat in. You just sent your kids over to jump on.
Don't you miss when like buildings used to have architecture based around? Remember what the old Taco Bells used to look like? It looked like the Alamo and shit.
Yeah, they were like all Pueblo style or whatever the hell it's called. Like, man, yeah, absolutely.
The old Pizza Huts, fucking Burger Kings look like Burger Kings. McDonald's look like McDonald's always looked like McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a McDonald's.
More modern.
If you're heading out, like you go into Salinas, like whenever I drive out that direction, it's like right past San Jose. It's probably, well, I say right past San Jose. It's like fucking probably 30 minutes outside of there. But there's like a McDonald's out there that's still like that type of like old Mexican style. Like it's just got like, it's all like, I don't know how to even Adobe, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, fuck, dude, it's so cool. I always stop there in the mornings to get breakfast, like cup of coffee and breakfast. It's like my midway point. So it's always really cool.
And Jim Boys in Folsom.
Yeah, the one
inside of that, they had like the Disney architects come in. You're like, for this? Is this like the flagship store? They're like, oh no, it's just decided we'd spend a lot of money on it.
That Jim Boys, is it that one or the one in Placerville? I think it's the one in Folsom that almost looks like if it was covered in fucking jungle vines, like you would need a machete to chop through to go through into it.
No, they literally had a guy who designed Disney rides come in and do the entire interior of it to make it look like it was like a Mayan temple. It's fucking great.
It's cool. And then you go in and you're like, oh, I'm in a Jim Boys.
Yeah. Whoa, wait. Don't rip on Jim Boys.
I will not.
Fuck.
Jim Boys is like relatively low on the like where you would go to get tacos list.
For fast food? No. Fast food, you're right at the top. Are you kidding me? That little Parmesan crust on the outside.
Jim Boys at the top?
You for a drive-through?
Yeah.
Where the fuck do you drive through?
Well, okay, we're talking about fast food. We're talking about fast food drive-through.
Fast food, yes.
Okay, so we can't talk about like any drive-through that just exists that is like a Mexican place, right?
Oh, like what? Adamberto's?
No, but at the same point in time, Adamberto's.
It's only good because it's open past 3.
Yeah, but Jim Boys is like, I don't know, man.
Are you kidding me? You get those little fucking the Parmesan dust on the outside of the shell where you. Oh, I'm gonna love this. I think Gordo's fuck me up.
I think that's what I think that's what I don't like about them is all the fucking extra bullshit to it. When I order a taco, I just want a taco.
Fucking 2 bottles of absinthe now. Fucking, you want to draw a line in the sand?
Do you want to fucking go?
I'll fucking Duncan, Idaho this shit and fucking dune my way right to death,
Brad,
over the tacos.
I mean, there's a suicide note already written in my behalf over here. So
is it on the back of the Dragon's War poster?
Yeah, exactly.
Wonder what did it? Flipping around. Well, yep, this is it.
I love my friends. Oh man. Oh fucking Christ. Yeah, no. But I mean, if you really have to talk about fast food tacos, like it has to be Jack in the Box. Because you're not going to fast food drive-thrus for tacos. You're going for the effect of what a taco is.
What kills me is like, I know you're not trolling right now. You genuinely like that shit. It's fucking Fancy Feast inside of the greasiest taco shell that you ever had with American cheese. That's the only thing that's making you think it's good is that American cheese. You're like, this is different. No, not everything else. The fact that you can get it and wring out.
You
not
have
even a good grease. Not even a good grease. Yeah, it's like fry oil.
Yeah.
No. It's literally fry oil. Yeah. They're like, Just toss that in there. That'll make it crispy.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking
Because I'm not going to Taco Bell. I'm not going to Jim Boys. I'm not going to fucking Alberto's to get tacos in that style. Like if I'm gonna get a taco, I'm gonna go to a fucking Mexican place and get a goddamn taco. If I'm going through a fast food drive-through for tacos, I'm doing it for an effect because I'm either starving or I'm hungover or shit-faced. And the only ones they hit are the Jack in the Box tacos. Deep thought.
Finding the closest fucking Jim Boys to you, and I'm fucking coming down the next time I have time off. I'm fucking settling this shit. I'm fucking annoyed.
Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll go to each
talk shit about Tarkov. Do what you want. You fucking leave Jim Boys fucking tacos out of this.
We will go to each one of the fast food places and get a taco, and then we'll just have a fucking taco. We'll have a taco.
This is my crusade.
Okay, easy. Well,
take us in some direction because I'm pissed. Go.
I don't know, man. Video games. Is that what this podcast is?
Yeah.
I fucking hate this podcast.
Pal World. Pal World is making big news.
We tried
being the number 2. We tried. No, but there's been more since last.
I know. Go ahead.
Yeah. Pal World has, in light of its success, announced that they have 4 major updates that they plan on coming. They gave everybody a roadmap on in-game content, end-game content, PvP, everything what they hope to expand to, all whilst equally being hot on Nintendo's radar for immediately get sued. So, like, they are coming after them, which who wouldn't have thought that would happen? Even if it wasn't infringing on their IP in some way. I can't imagine that this game's success with how it started, like its inception, everything about it is so mind-blowing that, of course, Game Freak, I was thinking about the other day, remember the last Pokemon game that came out? It was supposed to be open world, where you explored and you go find. Remember how shit that was?
Awful. Yeah.
There's just the shittiest.
Yeah.
And what did that take them? Like 10 years?
It was
something outrageous like that.
It was some fucking ridiculous number.
Like they announced it. They worked on it. Did it get paused? I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. It was shit when it got released. It was like, this is what you put out?
Yeah.
Like Ocarina of Time graphics.
Yeah. The people compared like some of like Skyrim graphics on Switch because they were like, oh, well, it's just on Switch or whatever. And they were like showing the two and being like, this is a port. This was made for this. And it was like night and day difference. The thing that Game Freak, I don't know if Game Freak's really going to, I was trying to have this conversation. We were trying to talk about this on the 100. And I think me and Sean were talking about this a lot. I think the problem that Pal World has is there are too many similarities, especially now and nowadays with like gaming and stuff like that. The similarities themselves like mirror a little too closely to very, very specific Pokemon and what they do, right? So there's like they have like Lucario and then
the Grizzbolt,
exactly, and like the Lucario and Anubis is like way too. But like the point that was trying to be made, a lot of it too, is also like Game Freak doesn't have rights to like a sheep or to Anubis or shit like that. So it's like if anybody makes the same thing, it's like you can't really compare those two as being a copy as much as it is like it's just a likeness.
Coincidence.
To a degree. But then when you see what each of them do, that's why I was like, okay, you guys are really toting a line here.
Yeah, it's.
But
I bet you they get.
I don't think they won't.
One tooth in.
I don't think Game Freak will really get much farther than maybe making sure that this doesn't continue to go any farther, or if there aren't any things that are so absolutely similar that it changes, but I don't think it'll get shut down. And the reason why is Pokemon in general is a ripoff of Dragon Quest. Like, Pokemon already ripped off an IP by Square Enix originally, right? So there's a lot of like these things that are going on. Game Freak also is really, really strong on making sure no Pokemon likeness happen in any manner, but they haven't shut down to any other games. The only thing that has happened so far is the modding community is like they're trying to make Pokemon mods and stuff for this game, and the like
already out. Day one, there was one.
There was one out, and there are some mod websites that are banning those things. They're like, we don't want to get caught in the crossfire, and two, like we're not doing this. So they're like not allowing certain people to put Pokemon like mods up on there, and that's kind of I think keeping a little bit more of Game Freak at bay. But
I want you to just close your eyes for a second.
Okay.
And just listen to the sound of my voice, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Long time ago, my grandpa was a developer at Square Enix. He had a game.
Uncle.
Grandpa. He loses job, game not success. And while he work at sushi store, Pokemon comes out. My grandpa sat me on his knee and told me, one day you will get revenge. You will bring honor back to my family name. And that's
Power.
That's the convenience store kid that did all the fucking work for this game. It's come full circle.
So
this is fucking Iron Man 2.
So it's so funny too because
Mickey Rourke in Japan.
We talked about how the developers had Craftopia and all this stuff, and the game the game is identical, right? If you take all the pals out of it and capturing pals, Craftopia and Pal World are the same fucking game. Like it's a fucking copy paste. Not even a lot of it is because the devs have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Like all of their everything they did development wise was just like on thumb drives that they were just downloading to, and they're like, we don't know what they're doing, and they just
I don't even know where this came from. We used LimeWire.
Swear to God, the entire game is an anomaly in itself, right? And then so they're like, well, we want to put guns in our game. None of the devs have any idea how to fucking make guns happen. And they happen to just be talking to some kid at a convenience store. He's like, yeah, I dabble. It's like, oh, you know how to make guns and stuff like that? You're like, yeah, I kind of figured it out. They're like, come and work for us, bro. And they just did the whole thing. And it's like, that's cool. That's the indie dev win that I think we all look for. Is that when it comes out, you don't need these giant fucking AAA title.
It just needs to be fun.
It just needs to be fun. And the thing is like there's a lot of shit in there. There's like, oh, there's slavery and you know, all this stuff. And it's like, but it's like it's not.
God, I wish they weren't afraid of fucking Apple and you could have them make an iPhone for you.
Holy shit, you know what I mean? There's so much, and there's like, and the thing is they've ripped off so much of Nintendo. They've ripped off other games. They ripped off Breath of the Wild. They got fucking Pokemon in there. They got Ark in there. You know what I mean? But then there's the idea of like, there's no original IP. Nothing is an original idea. Nothing is an original game. So as long as it's like, it's one of those like, you can copy my homework, just make it a little bit different. You know, who cares? You're making wins. The problem is that they're making money. They're selling.
The problem is how big it fucking got.
The fact that
if it had moderate success, but I mean like
it went vertical.
Day one breaking records.
Second highest played game on Steam. The only other game outside of it is PUBG with 3.1 million or some fucking astronomical number of concurrent player count at a single period of time. A peak player count of 3 million people. Peak player count of fucking Pal World is like 2.1 or something like that. 2.2 or some shit. That's an outrageous number to think about. 2 million people on Steam. That does not include Game Pass. That does not include any of the other systems. You know what I mean? That is just on Steam. 2 million people at one period of time. At any other point in time, a developer like Game Freak would look at this and be like, oh, well, they're making money on likeness. The only way that we're going to generate any money is that we then have to like start the lawsuit and see if we can capitalize on some of that game, which is just capitalism at its finest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it feels shitty because, well, it doesn't feel shitty. It feels like that's the reaffirming, don't fucking spend money with like the big AAAs anymore. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. You know, Blizzard, Activision, Microsoft just laid off like, what was it? 1,800 fucking people or some shit like that.
Ooh.
Mike Ybarra quit. Like, and Mike Ybarra even said, was like again, one of the things that the fucking thing we said is like, don't believe everything you read online, you know. but like he was in an interview or something a while back when he got brought on with Blizzard and everything. He's like, I love Blizzard. I want to be part of Blizzard forever. Because he was part of Microsoft beforehand. He ran like part of their, I don't know if it was esports or something. I don't remember what it was, but he was part of Microsoft for a long period of time and then left, came to Blizzard, and then was like part of Blizzard for a while and then became their fucking, president or whatever. And he was like, I love Blizzard. I love it with all my heart. The only way I'm leaving Blizzard is out kicking and screaming. You will have to actually physically remove me from this position. And now it's like, Mikey Bear is out. And it's like, somebody came through with it. Yeah. Or somebody came through and was like, hey, we want you to quit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so you just see that, like, and then look at like the big AAA like games that are out. Like Diablo 4 season 4 is like absolutely as negative like reviews and responses as you can potentially get. People are just like, this game is fucking outrageous. I'm so done with it. Call of Duty is falling the fuck apart. And then you look at other companies. Sega just launched one of their next Yakuza games. It's like a dragon something, some fucking baloney thing. Yakuza games used to be really cool. They're really, really fucking interesting. They followed this like cool storyline. It was cool combat. It was like very Japanese is the best way to describe it. It was like playing an anime game, but not really an anime game in a sense.
My grandfather.
Yeah. So this is cool. Sega. This is Sega, right? Big name. Their game has been released, and the new game plus of the game, which is like where all the content unlocks, all the new extra story missions, all the harder difficulties, where the game actually becomes fun for you playing and trying all this extra stuff, is in new game plus. Once you've done the whole story and grinding up, now you have all the shit and you can go back through and replay it and doing all this stuff. Has locked their new game plus behind the deluxe edition, the deluxe or the ultra deluxe edition. So now we're getting to a point where big name developers are and this isn't like the first time this has happened within the gaming industry. So there was a point like when Destiny 2, one of the DLCs came out, was like Witch Queen or whatever it was. Everybody had all the
Are you saying it's locked? Like you only get it with the deluxe, or you get it with the deluxe, or you can buy it afterwards?
You have to buy the deluxe edition. As of right now, it's only confirmed that if you buy the deluxe or the super deluxe or whatever the fucking two, which is already a $70 game plus an additional $20 or $40, will unlock actual content that's part of the game. You're not even getting full portions of content anymore. Big name developers are starting to lock actual game content, and this is a single player game. This isn't a fucking online game. There's no like multiplayer aspect. This is just a single player experience in its own. It's being locked behind a deluxe paywall without you being able to actually access any of it. So, and like the beginning portion of the game, like the standard base game, is not why people buy these Yakuza games. They buy it for all the extra stuff. So now you have big name companies knowing that they're only going to get this monetary value out of people, or they can get this monetary value out of people because they know the content that people want is this end game content. Well, why not fucking put a paywall behind it? And again, like,
so shit.
This is something that happened. This is something that happened with Destiny 2, I guess, during like, I think it was Witch Queen or whatever it was, when that DLC came out. You had access to all the strikes and raids and everything, or whatever the hell it was. And then when the DLC launched, because it was some new strikes were part of that, they locked you out of doing any strikes or any missions. So they forced players into needing to buy the DLC, or they were just unable to do that content in general. And so it's just like, it's just slowly slipping. So I started going back and I started researching like where companies' mindsets are starting to come into, like how they're trying to monetize certain things. I don't know how this flew over everybody's heads. I guess Xbox and PlayStation, Sony, the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, we're talking about, because, and this ties back into like, now we're getting into like this cloud streaming system and we're moving away from physical editions. Starting to tinker around with the idea of having ads in video games.
Oh,
It's just like how you're watching a YouTube video or Twitch.
when I fucking tell you, I'll go buy every PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox. I'll revert. I will.
I would stop playing. That might be the time I stop.
Is that when you just unplug your computer so you don't get any more updates?
I don't know how it would work in general, but like, could you imagine? So there was a scene, like I saw, and it was the reason why it was like triggering this response is I remember seeing this thing where it's like someone's like, could you imagine playing Elden Ring? Where like a boss, you're in a boss, and then all of a sudden you get like an ad for fucking Chipotle or something.
Lose all your momentum, all everything. Even better, you didn't pay for the ad skips, the premium tier. So while the ad's playing, you just like in a small pop-up like window in Windows screen, you just watch your guy getting
it's just the tiniest little, oh my god,
a little skip for $5 button.
Oh my. Could you? And then so we were talking about that. It's like when all of our games start to go into the idea of being cloud games, or where we're paying for these services to pay for it. Now it's like you not only are paying for your premium to be able to play video games that you no longer own, but now you have two different packages where you either pay for the basic edition to play games, or you pay for the premium edition so you don't have ads, or you have very infrequent ads, or ads that only pop up once every half hour or whatever it comes out to. And it's like running 5 ads right now, and it's like, you know, fucking 5 minutes of ads that you have to sit through. Oh man. So the more that I just look at all this, the more I just think I cannot support, and it sucks because like, who gives a shit? You think about like gaming and stuff like that. Like, people have, there's like other big things out there in the world that other people are worried about. Feeding your children, fucking making sure that you have, you know, new tires on your car so you can get to and from work. There's a lot of real life issues. So like when you think about fucking video games, it's pretty low priority. But for people that love video games, it's like you're literally
when that's the thing that you come home to because you spent all your money on tires, and you know what, work's been shit, and like your kids are bitching and stuff, but when that's your like one escape, you gotta keep fucking just getting shit on,
dude. And it's a spiral that I don't know whose fault it is, because the problem is that like with Sega and this Yakuza game, like a Dragon, it's like the people who are playing those games are usually just playing the Yakuza games. Like, I don't think the clientele for the Yakuza game is like growing. You know what I mean? I don't think that there's many people that see a new Yakuza game because they come out with them as often as they come out with a fucking Madden game at this point.
Do they?
Oh, they've been just pumping them left and right. So it's like, I can't imagine that the quality of the video game is very high. I mean, it looks good, but it doesn't look good enough to be like, yeah, that's top tier. So it's also like, I don't know if you're really like capitalizing on expanding your player base. So then are you just trying to suck as much money out as your current player base? Yeah. So it's like, there's also kind of another shitty point. It's like, are you just milking your only fan base that you have for more money? And the problem is that of course it's going to work on paper because the people who are fans of the game are going to be like, well, if I got to spend more money to play the content I want, I'll just spend the money. You know what I mean? Like, there's not enough people that are going to rabble over that and like actually take it to fucking picket fences to Sega's main doors. You know, pitchforks, not picket fences.
Nah, you can do picket fences.
You could.
Like football. Defense.
Yeah.
Defense. No. It's all we had left. We had to buy the premium one. In this economy, you want us to have more than one sign?
Just ripping it out of somebody's front yard. But I mean, that's that spiral out of control, because once one thing happens within the industry, it starts to have to make the trend of like one company will do it, get shit on, and then one company will do it, but it'll be like a good game or something. So people will be like,
it's okay for this one.
Exactly. And then you have the Call of Duty effect. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it just spirals out of control.
Everything is battle passes and fucking
exactly
in-game fucking purchases.
Yeah.
I feel bad for kids.
Yeah. Well,
those of you out here that'll never know what it was like to fucking Just have the physical copy to go through like the GameStop midnight release. God, those always like hit different. But like to have it and to know like, yeah, you might get a shit game. There might be riddled with bugs. And you know what? Maybe somewhere down the line you'll get a game that you'll have internet that you can like do an update.
Yeah, maybe.
But man, there's a lot of times where you just fucking Star Citizened it. You worked around that one bug. You went deep in some fucking forum, found out how to get around it. You played the rest of the game. Yeah. You didn't have to deal with all this shit.
Back in the day when fucking games came with like the book guide, and in the back of them, they're like, hey, these are known bugs. Like, don't do X, Y, and Z because we couldn't get it fixed. And you just actively didn't do those things. And then you had a game that you played. I feel bad for kids now because we were having this conversation today. What was it? California in general. If you think of California and like how expensive California is. To be, and they did this. I was just reading this fucking numbers. These are fairly accurate numbers. Taxes, cost of living, and this is like not in like rural ass middle and nowhere places. We're talking about like general locations where you can have 10 to 30-minute drives into a town or whatever it comes out to, like a general cityized location or wherever it comes out to.
Placerville, Folsom,
exactly,
like
Sacramento,
not in the city, but like
just right on the
outlying suburb.
Yeah, exactly. To be bottom tier middle class in California, bottom tier, not just like middle class, not within a spectrum of it, like at the very bottom where like you're no longer considered on the like the poverty line. You have to be making, I think it was $137,000 a year for a single person. That's not dual income. That's not any of this other stuff, right? That's to be bottom basic middle class is like $135,000 a year. That's unrealistic. So then, again, that's California. Oh, that's California. Yeah, California sucks. Get out of California. Okay, well, fuck. Some of us can't. Some of us can't just look up and leave. Some of us also don't want to leave. Some of us also like, there's lots of reasons why you wouldn't be able to just maybe bail. But at the same point in time,
some of us want to fucking run.
Some of us do. Some of us can't. Some of us are going to take on even bigger strides living in worse areas in California.
I'm in ready.
But then you do think of the children on that aspect is like kids got to fucking grind. Like we had to grind. Maybe even the generation like us as millennials had to grind. Like Gen Z's kind of had to grind. They got it a little bit easier, I think, in the grind aspect. I think they've been able to kind of make things work. The upcoming generation after whatever the fucking we're at now. I just feel like kids to enjoy the freedoms of all this extra stuff, like either got to be born into money or they got to work their fucking asses off, dude. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I don't know what, like, I couldn't imagine having a kid right now, only because I just have I can barely afford myself. I don't know how I would even remotely be able to afford a child. And then not only that, but like give them the life that I would want to have for myself that I never got. It's fucking impossible, man. Without fucking pillaging and looting.
I remember one time for Christmas, I wanted like a robot that was at like KB Toys. And like by all means and standards, it was shit, but it had like a little Nerf blaster right in the middle. And you could make it like pick stuff up and go like that. I remember that was, I think like $80. And like back at the time, like it's still like a sizable chunk of money. But $80 nowadays is like nothing for a Christmas present, you know?
I just like, a perfect example of like inflation. Oh, fuck that. Just take that shit out of here. Because a Lego block has not changed in fucking 40 years. Why the fuck is Lego so...
Legos.
They're so fucking expensive. It is mind-boggling. I remember getting...
It's amazing the disparity between like what like an affordable thing of Legos is, which is like what like I got you a little Lego island. It comes in a box this big.
Yeah.
Like you can either get this or there's the Death Star. 9,548 pieces. It'll only cost you $950.
Yeah.
You shouldn't open it. It's a collector's thing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Shit like that.
It's wild. I remember I got God, it was a Lego it was a Star Wars Lego for something. And you know, I know why the money is the way it is, but like I remember getting it as a kid. I remember I worked my ass off, had some allowance or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna go out and buy it. It was like $50, $60, and I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure I just saw a Lego thing that was probably about the same size. It was about $150. And I was just like, there is no way, dude. There's no way. I would never be able to keep a child happy. Dad, I want this. You can fuck right off. There's a stick outside. Go play with that.
That's the other thing that makes me sad for kids nowadays. They'll never know the sheer joy of going outside, picking up a stick, and that stick becomes a sword. And because you had no other choice, you fucked off and you hit a fucking poor tree just outside your house.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say,
come in, just
sweating bullets.
Give me some Sunny D.
I've never, like, this is just a brain thing that I must have blocked out. It's like, I remember just whacking fucking plants and trees for hours.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else. We're older than Google.
Yeah.
We're older than Google. We existed in a time before internet, but not even just in a time before internet, but before a time of finding like entertainment that we either didn't already own or create ourselves. Like all the content that we see, all of the YouTube, all the TikTok, all the Instagram, we watch all this content and everything to like fucking light up our brains for all this happiness and everything made by other people, and it's just at our fingertips on a constant basis. We didn't have that. If you called your friend on a fucking landline and they didn't pick up, or they were in trouble and mom said they couldn't play, you just sat outside by yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like you lived in the sticks. I lived in the sticks as a kid.
Yeah.
That was, you were generating play dates because there was nothing close enough. Like you couldn't just walk to someone's house. I'm going to go across the street. Or
dude, in fucking 2 weeks, Zach gets to come over and then we'll hit sticks together. But if not, you just like, well, might as well hit some shit with a stick and tell my friends about it tomorrow. Yep. Never guess what I did. Beat the fuck out of this tree.
My dad, I remember my dad, like, you know, being a kid, not having money for things or whatever come out to. I remember he gave me hammer, a nail, like a bunch of 2x4s, like scrap 2x4s he brought home from a job and was like, build something. And as a kid, I was like, yeah, this is fucking dope. I'm making things.
Fucking what?
No, but it was just because it was like, there's nothing to do. You had nothing to do. So I just nailed a bunch of shit together, you know? Or I doodled on everything. I drew on everything because it's the only thing you could do.
Yeah.
And now we're bitching about needing to fucking pay an extra $20 in video games.
Yeah, we're doing a whole fucking circle around. Well, there's got to be a middle ground.
That's what I'm saying. There has to be. There can't be. The old days sucked. I will appreciate the old days for what they were because I think they hardened me and brought me to the person I am today. But I don't wish that on my worst enemy. That sucked. That was not great. Rewatching fucking Fern Gully 90 times because there's nothing else to watch. You know what I mean? Like, I love the movie.
Fern Gully,
yeah. Toxic love.
That fucking the dance scene on top of the fucking cassette player.
Yeah,
fucking let's go,
bro. That's what I'm saying. There's a point where it's like that's great childhood memories, and I'm happy for that. But like,
don't leave them there.
It's exactly right. Go back and revisit them as like, hey, well, let's watch Fern Gully, but kid, this is all you're gonna watch for the next fucking 2 weeks until Pop-Up gets paid. You know what I mean?
Oh man, it's like my dad. I'm like, what'd you do as a kid? Oh, we played kick the can, huh?
Yeah,
kick the can.
Yeah.
What do? Kick a can.
Yeah.
Some empty soup can. You just kick it.
Yeah.
And then what? You just take turns. Do you see you can go further? Yeah.
See, or
just kick it.
Or you have my dad was like, what'd you do as a kid? I did a bunch of cocaine and acid and went to go see fucking Led Zeppelin in Winterland. Wow, that sounds dope, Pops. How much did you spend on that? I don't know. Tickets were like, I don't know, $3.
That's it.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Oh.
Oh man.
And they asked if it was free because the guy who was just started handing it out to people.
Yeah, it's exactly right. That's exactly right. And then fucking you. Why aren't you working harder? Oh,
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll put you in a fucking grave today. Ah, I keep trying to look at like the positivities of video games.
It's not all bad.
It's not. And Pal World is a perfect example of not all bad.
You know, it's another perfect example.
Hmm.
The modding community.
Yeah.
Fallout London.
It looks
free.
I finally saw what you're talking about. I sent you that thing today.
Yeah, you sent me that.
Oh shit.
And then I just watched like a revamp of like another guy who like kind of knows the people. He's like, I don't want to spoil anything and I don't want to talk about anything and get everybody's hopes up and it not be what I'm saying, because it's happened before with different mods, but this looks outstanding. And he did an even deeper dive, I think, of the one that I sent you, and it just fucking looks
it
good.
Looks very good. Not only does it look good, but it's like might be that perfect little thing to just kind of like pull us along a little bit. You know what I mean? Because like I'm looking at it the same way I've been playing Stalker Anomaly. You know what I mean? Where it's like, God damn, I love Stalker. And then it's like, God damn, I really love Anomaly in this Gamma mod. And now it's like looking at that, it's like, I love Fallout. And this looks fucking good. And it's got they finally have a release date. Was it April, what was it, 24th?
April 23rd.
23rd? Yeah, dude. That's right around the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, but I mean, still, I mean, we're beginning of February.
In terms of things, yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's right there. And God. Nightingale looks.
I'm so scared,
dude.
I put too much in this. Too many times I said I'm riding or dying for fucking Nightingale. I'm scared.
We're gonna do it though, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Yeah, I'll even buy the deluxe edition.
It's the only way you're gonna get access to the content, man.
Yeah.
But I
don't know.
I think the thing, what is it? Is it this Friday? I think today going live, they're doing the playtest.
Yeah, the
February 2nd.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is this Friday, today that the podcast go live. If you were in early, this sucks because we won't get this out in time.
Way close.
But you have to be like on the point. I guess they're opening up to the beta.
I think
3 hours. 3 hours. That's all they're doing it for. It's a stress test for 3 hours. Period. That's all people are playing the game for.
And I think the people that are like stress tests, what they had, I forget what the original numbers were, but like the original like play test, they had X amount of people. Then they doubled that the next one, and then I think they doubled that for the third and final one. I'm betting this is a lot of those people and a lot of the people that are a part of like their Discord, like actively giving input and stuff like that.
They said that they would be, if you've clicked on the thing,
signed up for and trying to get there.
Yes, and so they're sending that out via Steam, so you should get access to it, and then you should check your access, download
for
it.
3 hours. I'll still be at work.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna even make that happen. But then,
and what are you gonna get out of 3 hours other than they didn't crash immediately?
Well, especially because
that's just the point of it.
It's a tailored version of the game too.
No, exactly.
All you're gonna get is the look. You're gonna get the devs version of it to test their servers to make sure it looks good. But there's not gonna be anything in there. 3 hours. We watched 20 minutes.
That's just one nice little pop. You're gonna get a bunch of people. They're like, it was great,
and it's gonna
not saying it's skyrocket the numbers, and then hopefully not rug pull.
Because we watched 20 minutes of a guy fumble around to build walls on a fucking building.
Yeah.
20 minutes of 3 hours to build a shack. There's there's nothing there. So depending on how the stress test comes, and then we're talking about like what, 2 weeks after that the game launches, because they haven't pushed it. They've literally put it in play to saying by this point in time, this is what we're generating. So I think one of the problems that we're going to run into with Nightingale is it's going to be the classic, hey, this is early access, this should cook for a little bit. Put it back in the oven. Don't invest your time in it now. Come and check it out in fucking 6 months.
or it could be great.
Oh, I mean, that's what we'd hope.
Yeah.
We want to lean what? We want to lean indie dev. We want to lean great. We want to. I hope more or less too, because Nightingale hasn't really had much. There hasn't been a lot of videos. There hasn't been a lot of gameplay. It is kind of an indie dev doing this type of stuff. I'm not necessarily being like, fuck you, you scammed us, you pieces of shit or whatever. I think it's more or less the situation of when it comes out uncooked, it's like, all right, guys, put it back in the oven. Keep at it. Call me when you're ready.
Rug pull was the wrong word.
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that's like, not rug pull, but like, hey, this isn't going the way we want. This could be a good way. You know, we know it's not there, but this could give us the money that we need to get it there. And as soon as you start making excuses like that, that's when it starts getting a slippery slope where I cry.
I guess, and that's another thing too, is like, where do we respect the early access? Do we respect the early access? And it's like I'm
kind of with you. I'm over early access at this point.
You know,
early access used to be like a sign of trust. The trust is gone.
Pal World's early access.
Pal World's the shit. Pal World is an anomaly. You've said it 1,000 times. It's absolutely just like a fucking what?
Pal World is a perfect example of not.
Here's another thing. How did Pal World servers survive?
I have no idea. I know nothing outside.
A budget of $10,000, and they're like, it's going great.
Some guys like, hey, can we
found a couple exploits? Whatever.
Can we get the source code? It's just a fucking shoebox of thumb drives labeled 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my god.
Oh, but we didn't write down. If you have to go 1, 2, 3, skip 4, put 5 in, then 4 after. We don't know why it worked like that. It just did.
Oh my god. It's some like chicken scratch notebook of just like how they're putting it together. If you go in and see the string code of like how the game is made, everybody's like, holy fuck, what am I looking at here?
What is this? String code. It's literally string. We didn't know what it meant, so we just put it in the box for the string code.
Oh my god. Or Pal World is giving us the rug pull on their fucking big brain. They know everything, and the reason why it's as high as it is because they're playing fucking dumb, and they have all this knowledge, and they know what the fuck they're doing. They've been making games. This isn't the first game they've made. Obviously, they know what the fuck they're doing.
I'll take that over the other way around.
Yes.
Somebody who's like, we had no clue. Like they manufacture a story and they give you a good game. Yeah. So it makes it seem like it's like a miracle.
It's one of those things.
I'll take that over. I'm a very accomplished studio with a long track record, and here's dog shit.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll take that. I'll take the other one. 1,000%.
I agree. Because maybe that's a way to get out of this lawsuit. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a shell corporation.
Yeah, it's actually Game Freak.
The guy literally never learned. Grandpa told me I'd take them over. Grandpa, don't teach me to code. They just found some poor guy. No, we're gonna make you $1 million.
Yep. Oh my god. Those are the people I want to sit down with too. I want to watch them for a day, and then I just want to pick their brain.
If everything is real. Right now, with their success, they are Sam Bankman-Fried. They're just fucking doing meth, banging each other, and playing League of Legends.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where we got all this money.
Yeah. Yes. Hey, have you guys played your game? When we were creating it, we haven't touched it since. They don't even play their own game, you know? Oh man. But hey, that's a big win in indie devs, in early access. More games should do the Pal World thing. Not so much the we don't know what the fuck we're doing portion of it, but just make a game.
Or try.
Just make a game you want to fucking play. Make a game that makes you happy. And like, I guarantee you, stop trying to make everybody else fucking happy by putting out a game that is like catered to everybody's bullshit. Just make a game that you want to play.
Yeah.
And you'll fucking love it. You get your Stardew Valleys, you got your Pal Worlds. You know what I mean? You got your 7 Days to Dies. Just fucking make a game you want to play.
Yeah.
And then the internet trolls will still hate on it no matter what. So. All right.
In fact, there's something else.
Is there something else?
You know, as soon as we get off this, we're gonna remember.
We always do this too. We always do this. Other than the next battle royale, did you see? What was it? Oh, fuck. Hold on, wait. I put it in the channel the other night. Dr. Disrespect was talking about it. Off the Grid. Have you seen this?
Mm-mm.
It's a new battle royale coming out. It's like set in like a cyberpunk kind of world or whatever. It looks. Look, I need. You were talking about this the other. You were talking this on the 100th podcast. You're like done with the competitive aspect of video games and stuff like that.
Because I'm never gonna.
You're never gonna.
Never.
Totally
Give me a Warthog simulator with Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm having a stroke. Give me that. Let me fucking Skylord my way around and let me just be happy.
I get that. I get that. But I crave. I don't need sweat, but I crave a little bit of competitive natures. I like having a PvP aspect. I like having something like that. I still enjoy playing PUBG. I still enjoy PvPing in fucking Final Fantasy 14. I still enjoy having a PvP game to play, a shooty shoots.
Hey, Brad, I don't need sweat. So there's this new battle royale that Dr. Disrespect is promoting.
I know.
Fuck.
But if you're in on ground floor,
Bedrock. That's ground floor.
Yeah, very, very much so ground floor with the fucking Lambos jumping into the middle of the pit. Get the fuck out of here. I want to be sweaty. I don't want to be sweaty. I just want to. I want that thing where it's like you clutch a game and you're like, GG easy. You guys ready for another one? You know what I mean? Like I miss that. That like pumping that adrenaline. You don't get that fucking playing goddamn Minecraft.
I think that's gone by the wayside. Moments like that. I think games that are designed that way ever since fucking what was it, Black Ops 2 when they released like what MMR is and like how they like changed that. I think that because man, I was thinking about the other day. I used to play, granted, PlayStation servers. I used to play PlayStation. I would find Henry because Henry used to play fucking Call of Duty. I would find where he was. I would get into his matches and I would only run around with a knife and run past all of his teammates just to knife him. And that's all I would do, blacked out drunk. You can't do that nowadays because something, whether the servers are too big, like whether like the region lock doesn't allow you to do that, or whether it's just because the way they do matchmaking now based off your KDR and everything is just skewed to always kind of put you, and granted, like you don't want to be like so like the biggest badass and then just be in a fucking tank with goldfish. But I don't always want to have to fucking like I want to be able to play a game so casual that I can be fucking absinthe drunk, and still have fun.
Okay,
you know?
I also definitely think that there's like a difference when it comes to like the console and PC in itself. I think that the player base in general, I think there's a step up because I just watched someone play Fortnite for the first time on Xbox or some shit like that, and they were just fucking murdering people, and then they come to find out there's like at a lower ranking, like it's all bots and stuff. Like
if it's like a brand new account and stuff like that, you get put in easier lobbies and stuff.
Very cool. I mean,
I did it for the first time.
Yeah,
I hadn't played Fortnite and I don't know how long since PlayStation days, something like that. So I'd never had an Epic account on a computer. And when they were doing Fortnite Fridays, I was like, all right, I'll get Fortnite.
Sure.
And I was like, this is what Fortnite is? Why don't I play this competitive? I was shitting on people. And eventually, as I grew from level 0 to like, as soon as you hit 10, you're like, oh, fucking.
Yeah, there it is.
Now you have kids doing the fucking, fucking building a 5-star hotel in front of you. You're like, oh, right angle. Ooh, a little ramp to peak.
I mean, there is a lot of that. I want to talk about this before we get out of here. This is fucking Insanity. This is insanity. Insanity. Two fucking giant things. So, CS community found out there's a NVIDIA feature that if wearing
this is so bad,
the correct eyeglasses, like those gamer glasses or like Polaroids or something, and then like swapping a filter through the NVIDIA filter, you can see through fucking smoke. So if you smoke something, you can see the fucking outline of a character through smoke. What? How is that even a fucking thing? How is that even a fucking thing, dude? Okay.
Like I've been doing that in Tarkov for a while, just for like night raids, and it's still like you can't push it too far, but it makes it so it's not pitch black.
Sure.
This, however, this gives you like the predator vision.
Yeah. It's like the whole point of smoke is to not see through it. You know what I mean? It's like, ooh. Okay, so push that off the side. Okay, so we're already like trailing to the point now where we're looking at the fact that just by having a setting on your monitor can change the way a game works.
Oh yeah.
Fucking MSI just showcased their brand new monitor that they're pushing through.
Adding to my cart. What is this?
It has an AI inside of it that learns off of your play style and the games that you play and how to read your games. And you can have custom setups through the monitor, through the AI to tell you with either a chevron, an outline, a notification, a hint, a point, or whatever, that there are enemies on your screen or things of the nature where they showcased people playing League of Legends. And so the AI was reading the map at the bottom of the thing saying, oh, there's an enemy over here, or the enemy is in this area, and it would notify on screen. But they were saying you could do this with any game. And this has been out for a little bit. Like they've been like playing with this AI technology enough that it is everywhere. You could just research, you could just put it up Valorant, fucking Call of Duty, Fortnite, or whatever, and you can see this AI generation that's been happening where the game will register and read. And because it is a peripheral, it is your monitor, it is not something that is running on your computer, there's no way for anti-cheat to catch it.
See, this is
what's the fucking quote? Like something about like we never stopped to ask if we could or something, or if we should. Like we were so preoccupied with if we could, we never stopped to ask if we should. You know what I mean? It's like why MSI, the gaming fucking like peripheral company like of the industry in itself, is like, hey, we generated this, and like on their like fucking warning, like we don't condone cheating in video games. You're building something that does. You're building a cheat.
MSA already has. I don't think it's a stretch. MSA already has a thing where like you can like put a reticle somewhere on your screen so that it has like where like your aim is, so you don't have to like ADS.
Yes. Because
this
people
is fucking.
That's next level. That's next level.
This is just like the cheats where they talked about how like there's new cheats for like aimbot where it's like AI learning where it has like a speed curve for your cursor so it doesn't automatically snap, and it won't just snap to it. It'll like do like a curve.
It looks like you're actually playing. Yeah.
Like people. And then in that respect, they've also created an anti-cheat that has AI learning that learns that, but it's like they're both learning off of each other, and eventually it's going to be indistinguishable. It's
at what point? Because eventually that will be affordable. A monitor like that will be affordable, and much more affordable than having your account banned multiple times. Right? At what point do you not just start cheating yourself? If there was nothing to keep
it's disgusting. How much is it? What is it called?
I will have to look it up and send it to you. I don't know if we should fucking actively give the name out of the channel. I don't want to condone it. It's MSI's. It's like some fucking crazy name right now. I don't think they've named anything about it. Yeah, I don't think they have a monitor for it just yet. It's like QD OLED.
They like just announced it.
Yeah, it was just like a showcase. If there was,
it's the slipperiest of slope. It's not a slippery slope. It is a fucking sheer cliff face.
yeah, it's gone
Too far.
It's too far. It's gone too far.
It has to be. Pandora's out the box.
It's gone.
If they don't go, somebody else is like, that's a great idea. Let's do it.
Why do we even have anti-cheats anymore?
What?
The only thing our anti-cheat should do is just keep our information from being stolen. You want to cheat in a video?
Cheat.
Yeah, we all have to cheat. That's the only way to play fucking video games anymore. And that's not even to be competitive. That's just not to have a bad time. Like, you know what I mean? That's not even to be the best you can.
It's like at what point? Yeah, at what point do you just have to have cheats to be mid-tier? I can't afford these cheats, but at least I'm not this stupid motherfucker who has morals.
Yeah.
Who's just been spawn camped from across the map.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Oh. I hate to keep hammering on Tarkov. But while we're talking about cheats, they have the vacuum cheat, obviously, we talked about.
Yep.
There's another cheat because Tarkov, you can have ricochets where if there's a player, there will be like, you know, those pool games where it's like, oh, if you bank off this, your ball goes this way.
Yeah.
Where it'll say like, oh, aim here. It'll ricochet 9 times and get this guy behind his head. He'll get head eyes while facing you if you shoot here.
No fucking
like the stupidest shit.
God, it's so bad, dude. It's so bad. It's so bad. And I still don't even know where the idea of, I mean, I know where the idea comes from. It's just bad players.
This is going to be the new fun. Have fun.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Nothing that I did, actually. I got in raid. I clicked my mouse button a few times, and by luck of the draw, I clicked before they did. Everything else was done by a computer program.
I think, well, and so here's, oh man, you know what the worst part about this is? This is the perfect layup for subscription services. Well, if your game has cheats in it, we're just going to refund you whatever your money you spent for your subscription service. So at least you didn't buy it. Here, we'll just transfer you over to another game. Just swap your transfer. Yeah, you got cheated on in there. We'll just transfer.
A fucking false flag event.
Yeah, dude. Oh, starting the year I'm strong with the 10 hats, baby.
If it's all through cloud services, we can regulate the cheating. What if that's how they actually do it, though?
Oh, see, you didn't pay for the premium one without the ads, so now you have cheaters in your game.
Here we go again. I hate it here.
This welcome to gaming of the future. When everybody thought graphics were going to be the dopest shit, cheats are the dopest shit.
Please leave a like and a comment. It really helps me in the algorithm.
That it does. All right, guys, we're going to get the fuck out of here. Go play some Tarkov. All right. Bye.